add just one point to that as well. Please don't cut and paste pages of professional assessments into your FFA, because that's not useful. But if you think about your professional assessments, like your psychologicals, your alcohol and drug assessments, your parenting assessments, most of them have a summary and a paragraph or two about recommendations and possibly a diagnosis. All you really need to do is summarize what the assessment said and what the recommendations were, and include the diagnosis if there is one. That way, in one place, in one document, instead of flipping through 400 pages in my hard file, I have one document I can look at a glance and kind of see what assessments have been done and what direction or what they're telling us.
Are there any other questions from the audience?
I've been told that our perm plans are cookie cutter, and I think I heard that earlier in discussion. How do you avoid this when the issues with families seem to be so similar?
That's an excellent question, because we hear that all the time. Oh, all these perm plans are cookie cutter. And I think it's important to kind of define what we mean when we say that. I think one of the challenges we have is many of our families do face similar issues when they become involved with us. But what we see happening in our plans is we're always addressing the same thing. Everybody gets a parenting assessment, everybody gets a mental health assessment, everybody gets an A&D assessment and follow the recommendations. And even though we all have similar issues within our families, the reasons for those issues and how they manifest is different and unique to each family. So we need to let our plans reflect that. So by getting more detailed action steps that truly reflect the underlying needs, yes, this mom may have an A&D issue because she's been using drugs since she's 12, whereas this other parent may have an A&D issue because it's the way they cope with stress. That's what we need to be describing on our plans, and our action steps really need to reflect how we're going to address a similar issue, but two different ways. So by being specific about what behaviors you see that lead you to those issues, the reasons you're making referrals, and getting that good quality assessment that drives to discover the underlying needs, if you describe that well in your plans, they're going to start looking unique to that family, because similar issues manifest in so many different ways. But we tend to throw the same services over and over again at our families, which may or may not be the best way or the most effective way to address their particular need.
Are there other questions from the audience? No. I don't think we have any call-in questions waiting in the queue, and I think we've answered all of our email questions. So we thank you for joining us, and we thank our panelists for coming and speaking with us today. And you'll be looking forward to the online course and the rest of the components of this training soon. Thank you.